Good morning. It's Thursday, July 8th, 2021. And we're overcast. Right there is where we should be seeing a sunrise. And while it looks like we're going to be getting some much needed rain today, no pretty sunrise for us that direction. This is interesting. Look when I go this way. So over here where the sun goes down, you can kind of see a lot. It almost looks like the sun is rising there, but it's not. That's the Picken Porch. I love it. I had dinner there last night with a friend. It's a great space. It's big, it's covered, there's netting, so you don't really have very many bugs. And we ate the very first spaghetti squash of the season. That was my first ever spaghetti squash to eat, ever. I liked it. I think the sky is beautiful. I have always been in love with this guy. As a kid, I was the youngest of 5 girls, and we would go on lots of road trips. You know, because there were 7 people in our family, we never flew anywhere. We would go on these long cross-country road trips in our brown station wagon. And my spot was by the window, and I would just love staring out the window at the sky. So, can't see the sunrise. Doesn't feel all bright and sunny and cheery. Okay, this conversation's about to get heavy. Sorry. But I believe in keeping it real. We lost a former student of mine this year. There's the bee. Good timing, Father, thank you. Nina. Nina was in my 5th grade class 3 years ago when I was living in Edmond, Oklahoma. And Nina is the coolest kid, quirkiest, sweetest, tiniest little sprite of a thing with red hair. Her energy was very infectious. I can just picture her like twirling. We had a day where we created our own flags and ran them around outside, and so that's kind of the spirit that she has just all the time, was living life full out and full of joy and always treating everybody the same. But when others maybe weren't kind, she would stick up for what was right. Anyway, we lost Nina suddenly. I was actually in Kansas when I got the news. My daddy was in his last week when I got the news, and so I was able to go down and be there for her service, memorial service, which was very nice. And they told funny stories on her about having, just funny, beautiful. But her family is hurting very much. And her mama especially. Nina's and our expression was keep sparkling. Keep sparkling. Doesn't matter what anybody else says about you, to you. Doesn't matter what's going on in your life. Keep sparkling. So Jess, I know that it's really hard right now. But keep sparkling. When I was, I shared that my daddy was passing away. When I was in Kansas, after I knew the news about Nina, then my dad did pass away. And somebody from hospice came that morning, actually, after he was gone, and was just sharing some stories with me and my mom. And the hospice worker told a story about a woman who had lost, several family members close together. Her husband and a couple of children, like in separate instances, but had experienced a lot of loss really close together. But that the woman's attitude was, every life, no matter how short, she lost a grown adult child. She said, every life, no matter how many years that you got to be, with that loved one, is a full life. Complete and totally full life. Not, that life was cut off too short. Isn't that a shame that she only did, a portion of what she could have done if she were here longer. No. When Nina was here, man, she lived full out. She totally impacted my life. Still does. So we don't, she didn't live a fraction of a life. She lived a total and complete full life, and we are better for it. And Father, I thank you for her life. I thank you for the reminder to keep sparkling, to look for the good, to be the good, to be kind to others, to stick up for what is right, to dance and twirl your dress, so to speak. And I ask, Father, that you would comfort, especially her family today. And anybody who is going through that. This world isn't their home. It is for us. For now. But there's a lot more out there that we will experience one day. Get to be reunited with family. I believe that. And while we're here, just love on each other. when I left Oklahoma City area the day of her service, I started heading home back to Tennessee, and as I left, driving out of town, there was this huge big rainbow. If you will indulge me, I want to read something from 1 Corinthians, because we were just talking about fractions, and it doesn't matter whether somebody had 13 years or 80 years here in the life as we know it. Their life is still a complete and total whole life. It's not part of a life. And so that scripture from the Bible where it talks about knowing in part just came to mind, and I looked it up. It's from 1 Corinthians 13. So you usually hear this at a wedding. It's like the love scripture. But I want to read it today because, little Nina, you loved well. And I'm thankful for you, for how you loved others around you, how you loved your family. I felt loved by you. So, 1 Corinthians 13. If I speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship, that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. For now we see only a reflection. Ooh, like this morning sunrise. We couldn't see the sunrise when we were supposed to. It was sort of like a reflection. We could only see it. Yeah. For now we see only a reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part. Then, for all of us, someday. Then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three remain. I forgot this, finished it up. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Whatever time you have here, use it well. Love others. Love somebody today. Sending you a hug, Jess. Hey, Badges. Y'all, looky here. Woohoo! The sun came out. Ah, that feels so good. I can feel the sun shining on my face. All right, so hang in there when it's doesn't feel like the sun's gonna come out. Just wait. Eventually the sun will rise. Love you guys. Have a great day. Keep sparkling. See you tomorrow.